it was you who raised the issue. You said you were at exact kilometer 30. After several hours of plenty dramas, you still contrived effort to go there again today, like deliberate journey, only for you to turn back at kilometer 19.5. You failed your own assignments. You couldn't reach kilometer 30. I got there and I showed what I saw. You couldn't get there despite all the gesticulation, drama, and everything you have been doing on social media, dramatizing all over the places. So what you now resorted to is to now start explaining the disjointed and how all of the joints, if they saw me together, if they had connected them, would have been 30 or more. You are doing all of these things just to avoid saying you are sorry. Just to admit the blunder and say you are sorry. Now you come begin explain. You carry people, go dey film different joints. Ẹ̀gbọ́n Reno, actor ni yín, owó film tẹ́ bá wà níbẹ̀ kì í kú. Just because you don't want to admit that blunder, now you begin do all of these things.
Hello my wonderful people, you don shele again. First of all, you are welcome back to Boyos Network. Here na where you dey get trending things wey dey happen for Naija. Omo, I don come again with another interesting one. Reno Omokri don already disgrace himself. As in already disgrace himself. This na wetin dey call big disgrace. Now he don already disgrace himself. So objective media don reduce am to nothing. As in don finish Reno. After Reno do all those in plenty explanation, objective media don come back again, don fire am back. You know, there is something Kenneth Okonkwo said. He said that there is no way you can defend this APC government without looking like a fool. As in, that is just wetin Reno Omokri be so. You know, una know say Reno na a psycho fan wey be say Nigeria no. Since na him be the same person wey dey say Tinubu do this, Tinubu do that, but because of say he don dey find something for Tinubu government, which in cake don already dey done small, na him make am just dey carry all this matter for head. Must you always fool yourself? Last time he come out don say Nigerian debt don finish, meanwhile the World Bank still dey talk say Nigerians still dey owe, and Reno dey talk say no, say Nigerian debt don finish. As in, I don't understand. He keep contradicting things. They do as if say na him even love Nigeria past the Tinubu himself. As in Nigerians, they know Reno, they know wetin him be. They know say he just there for his own stomach infrastructure. Guys, make I not talk too much. Make I leave this objective media talk, make una see his reaction and other reactions of Nigerians. Guys, if na me be Reno, as in I will go hide myself. Don't forget to drop your opinion concerning this with us in the comment section. Once again, help us to like this video and share so that YouTube can recommend it to others. Bye bye.
It's almost bedtime. I waited till this hour to see if there will be sufficient media reports already on the site inspection along the completed section of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway by Mr. Reno Omokri and coterie of journalists. So far, I've seen some videos from Mr. Omokri himself, but none of them has been able to answer the simple question. Or has anyone seen the video of Mr. Reno Omokri at the exact kilometer 30 on that stretch of road? If you have seen, please tag me. But what I have seen so far is that the highest point Mr. Omokri got to was kilometer 19.5, and he turned back. Even at that kilometer 19.5, it wasn't paved, and we need him to now answer even fresh questions. At what point did the paving, at what kilometer point did the paving stop before you enter that place at kilometer 19.5? And why didn't you proceed? Why did you send the gentleman with drone, Bolahon, to go and pass Lekki Epe Expressway to go and connect Eleko and be flying drone from there? Why didn't you progress and just go straight to Eleko from together, go to Eleko from VI? The answer is simple. You have only said the same thing you have been saying. You have only proven the same thing you have been saying. All these things are disjointed. And there's no particular kilometer that is up to 30. It was you who raised the issue. You said you were at exact kilometer 30. Nobody is against the government constructing roads. In fact, we need more roads. Nobody is saying it is not work in progress. In fact, we all want to see it completed because it is going to be to our benefit collectively. But we are saying don't exaggerate, don't over-report, don't lie to people simply. After several hours of plenty dramas, you still contrived effort to go there again today, like deliberate journey, only for you to turn back at kilometer 19.5. You failed your own assignments. You couldn't reach kilometer 30. I got there and I showed what I saw. You couldn't get there despite all the gesticulation, drama, and everything you have been doing on social media, dramatizing all over the places. So what we now resorted to is to now start explaining the disjointed in and how all of the joints, if they saw me to be, if they had connected them, would have been 30 or more. You are doing all of these things just to avoid saying you are sorry. Just to admit the blunder and say you are sorry. Now you come begin explain. You carry people, go dey film different joints. Ẹ̀gbọ́n Reno, actor ni yín, owó film tẹ́ bá wà níbẹ̀ kì í kú. Just because you don't want to admit that blunder, now you begin do all of these things. I still await media reports of the journalists that went with you. At least you turn back at kilometer 19.5. I want to see the adventurous one among them that at least captured the exact kilometer 30 if it is different from what I showed. And they should tell us how they got there. Because me, I know how they reach there. How they reach there, be say, I know the points from which to connect that place along Lekki Epe Expressway to connect that point. But Uncle Reno, you know. You got to where that road could take you, and at point 19.5, you turn back. But I know why you are doing all of these things. You are trying to get attention of Mr. President. But let me teach you one thing. This one you are doing will not get you the attention. And I will explain why. You are trying to do what somebody is already on. This is Umahi's terrain. Umahi is the one doing Kosara and trying to take credit for it. So jumping on Umahi's work will not get you appointment. You are repeating what the Mr. President has already seen and has already known. Do something other sycophants have not yet done. You will get the attention. Can I suggest something to you? Make an effigy, like a sculptured image of Tinubu. Show yourself sprawling on the floor and worshiping that image is actually God in human form as Tinubu and now in carved form as a sculpture. So say Tinubu is actually God, but people don't know say na God. Another thing you can do, like maybe impregnate somebody tonight. Miraculously, they give birth to a child tomorrow morning. Then conduct a naming ceremony and christen the child Tinubu. You understand? When they say, wow, person named in Pikin Tinubu, a born the Pikin, miracle child. They get pregnant at night, born in the morning, name the child Tinubu. Say a miracle. And just be creative, just think about something no other sycophant has done. But try to jump on another person's work credit. No way. Tactics ni. So next time, Ẹ̀gbọ́n Reno Lukumi when they'll sing, because I have to put respect, he's a man of plethora identities. Don't jump on wetin no concern you. When I raised the issue about Coastal Road, before you come pull mouth, I was addressing the minister. And you are now being used to distract. Now the distraction is over. We are back to the point. I raised the following issues. Number one, you want to toll the road. How many tolling points are going to be between VI and Eleko, and at how much is the cost to Nigerians who are going to be the road users? Number 2 point, the people you displaced in the new alignment after realigning the road. What is the resettlement? Because I see some of them and they wait. They never let go. They never forgive because you displace people. The original alignment that is still there in the swamp, wetin you want they can do. Then they wait. They won't see the people who won't go carry, go occupy the place. They are waiting. Number 3, I mentioned hard shoulders. Reno, when you drove today from VI to that kilometer 19.5, did you see hard shoulder? How many did you see for a 19.5 stretch so far? These are the things you were supposed to go and check for us. You carry people, you carry full crew, go there, you still no check am. Anyways, I digress. Now, minister get matter. Bros Dave Umahi, it's time to now address us. Reno's distraction has expired. Questions about tolling, the displaced people, and their shoulder. I think it's time you start considering to include them in the road furniture, especially now that we have raised these issues. So, Mr. Minister, get on it. Let's do it.
Very many of you may have seen Reno Omokri's defensive video after his lies and APC propaganda was exposed. This time, I promise you, you will find out at the end that Reno Omokri started telling more lies again, than the lies he already told Nigerians. First and foremost, Reno Omokri made a new video trying to clear the air, saying that the 30-kilometer post he made with a picture of Professor Wole Soyinka, where he claimed that he made that picture with Professor Wole Soyinka at the exact point of the 30-kilometer of the Calabar-Lagos Coastal Highway. Now, he has changed the narrative, saying that it was a figurative convergence. That one are the second lie where Reno Omokri now begin to lie.
Alright, so yesterday a gentleman did a video and he called me a liar about the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, and he said he'd gone to kilometer 30 and there was nothing there, just like a flagpole. But here's the thing, neither the government nor I as a private citizen said that if you drive from Ahmadu Bello Way up to kilometer 30 you're going to see something. That's not how it works. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway section 1, which begins on Ahmadu Bello Way, is actually 30 kilometers completed, but the 30 kilometers starts from Ahmadu Bello Way, 20 kilometers all the way to Okunwaja, and then it stops there, and from the other end, from Eleko, it goes backwards 10 kilometers. So it is the Eleko backward 10 kilometers and the 20 kilometers from Ahmadu Bello Way up to Okunwaja that is 30 kilometers. Now,
So I am pretty sure you heard it from Reno Omokri. He still maintained that 30 kilometers out of the 750 project of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway was completed. Shebi, now make una listen to the contractor who owns the project. Idecom
already has 30 kilometers completed, nearly 20 kilometers from Victoria Island eastward towards Lekki Corridor, and nearly 10 kilometers from Eleko heading westward.
So, if you listen to the contractor carefully, you will notice, some keywords. The contractor maintained that they have nearly completed 20 kilometers from one section and 10 kilometers from one section. Now, the question you ask yourself is, what is the meaning of nearly? Now, let's go to Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. Nearly simply means very close to, almost, but not precise and not exact, meaning that the 30 kilometers that they claim that they were advertising that was being commissioned was not true, that the road itself was not up to 30 kilometers. This very statement from the contractor invalidated and confirmed once again that Reno Omokri is still telling lies to Nigerians by insisting that 30 kilometers was completed. Again, Reno Omokri started claiming now that the picture he took with Professor Wole Soyinka at the exact point of the 30 kilometers of that very road, he now tries to twist the whole narrative and confuse many Nigerians who are dullards. People will be saying they don't read. He is now pushing a new narrative saying that that statement about the 30 kilometers is a figurative convergence, which marks where the two roads meet to make it to a completion of 30 kilometers, 20 this side, 10 this side. Reno continues to explain and defend APC. The singular question you ask yourself is, for how long will Reno Omokri continue to lie twist issues and come back again to explain over and over. I was expecting him to come back from UK to Nigeria and go to Victoria Island and go to Eleko and show us facts with figures. The young man who made the earlier video, the Objective Media, showed us facts and figures, and that from his own calculation, using the odometer of his vehicle, the speedometer of his vehicle and the odometer, he was able to calculate about 6.2 kilometers from the said 10 kilometer on one side of the road. And this 6.2 kilometer that was calculated by this Objective Media of a guy is in consonance with what the contractor said, that they have nearly completed 20 kilometers from one side and 10 kilometers from one side, meaning that it is not up to 10 kilometers. I expected Reno Omokri to come back and tell us and show us with his own odometer, with his own speedometer, and tell us everything and show us facts with figures that the road is actually up to 30 kilometers. Rather, he didn't do that. He relied on showing us Dave Umahi's video where he said that the road is continuous from Ahmadu Bello down to Eleko, and he showed us another video of another blogger who didn't show us any facts or figures. Well, at this point, you will understand that Reno Omokri has been a Confucianist. At this point, it is safe to say that there is no difference between Reno Omokri and Lai Mohammed. And many people have called for Reno Omokri to be given a new name, Nigeria Chief of Social Media Lies and Confusion. It is quite unfortunate. He has not said anything in that video as far as facts and figures is concerned. And he's continuing with the lies, insisting that the road is up to 30 kilometers without giving any justifiable or verifiable information to buttress that point, even when the words of the contractor invalidate all the lies that Reno Omokri is telling. I know he's telling these lies because he wants to justify the ambassadorial appointment they want to give him. He wants to prove that he loves Nigeria more than every one of us. That is terrible and crazy, because Reno Omokri, I know, cannot love Nigeria more than me, for example. He's a Confucianist. So at this point, we will not stop talking.
This is the one they really call the main of Vevekuve. My people will say, that means they don't pour madness for your body. As in, they don't make you now, they do up and down, all over. And then when the youth will say, you go explain tire. Now be this one, no. Reno Omokri don't they explain tire. No be small thing. Lord have mercy. I just can't imagine. And then now he's telling, was that not what the guy said in the first place? He said this thing is not, it's not together. When he came to do his interview, this guy did not call anybody's name. He came out as a citizen, as an active citizen. God bless him. To say, see this road that they are talking about, that they're even saying 30 kilometers. It is not one straight 30 kilometers. It is here, and he showed it. All for Reno Omokri to go and write episode, according to like that guy said, to use big words that he copies from books and whatever and put them together. I think some people think when they use this big words, it makes them look so intelligent or believable or whatever it is. That was what you get to now write everything and talk and say this, that. The guy went back and said, I'm here. And I just love, if you've not watched those videos, please go back and watch those. In short, even if you've watched those videos, go back and watch those videos again. Go back and rewatch them. It's so unbelievable. The guy stood, made his analysis, as in gave everything, gave the names of the villages where this thing meant. You know that this is someone who knows his onions. This is someone who knows this place. It's not like me now. If I go there, what do I know? Do I know which village is at what road or what is not at what road? Especially people like me that are very bad with geography. I don't even know any this thing. For him, he stood there and he explained everything. And just looking at, Reno Omokri, the way he's explaining this, and for him, as far as it's concerned, is the issue that, opposition governors were there, Aliko Dangote was there, Abdul Samad Rabi was there, Tony Elumelu was there, and are we supposed to be excited because of this name dropping? These are people that ordinarily they are always with government.
The only time the other day where we heard Dangote was when things was not working very well for him. He came out, he started crying, and Nigerians cried with him because not because of who Dangote, because it is injustice that was being done against him, and we all did. And when that thing, what he was rectified, the guy went back to his keeping mum while the rest of us are being killed. And well, it is what it is. So for you to come and start telling me that Abdul Samad is there, Lumelu is there, and people, does that not make it that anything he says is the right thing just because these people were there? These people were there. Did he see any of those people trying to defend Tinubu? Everybody went there, did what they wanted to do, and left. Right? He's the one that took it upon himself to go after citizens. The citizen didn't talk to you. The citizen didn't call your name. And from the first video, even what this guy said, he didn't talk to you. He didn't mention anybody's name. He just went to the road, did the road, and came out. All of you to come and start writing, and you really insulted. And I love the way this guy gave it to him, as in, if you were, all of us get back for psychiatric hospital. Now, who are occupying you? And they talk, person if you there for Nigeria, you not mad. You there for Nigeria, you know mad. That means there's something wrong with you now. All of us crazy, so we don't know say we crazy. So anybody when we occupy in bed, they say that there can so this guy just carry Reno Omokri like this. So send down, go there. And if you see if you look at hey, let me look at some of the comments. This one said he said he meant 30 kilometers figuratively, not literally. But wasn't that what the guy said? Why did you have to write that whole long episode, denigrating somebody else? And I love the way this guy really took him on as saying, you can't do anyhow with my name. Then somebody said, another person called I know be hypocrite. I remember when this food was untouchable and be dropping nuggets, calling himself the table shaker. And we thought we were listening to a wise man. That's the thing about Nigerians, honestly. But I don't blame Nigerians because of the fact that people have been starved. So when you see someone good, Nigerians should just elevate someone. One time, that's Reno Omokri. This is who Reno Omokri has always been. It's just that it's now some people are now really recognizing him for who he is. The way he used to before table shaker. I say, they talk, even that time, if you have to call yourself table shaker, then you are not a table shaker. It is others that will call you that table shaker. This was someone called Pato Pato at Peculiar Part 1. He said, LOL, Reno will never stop to grandstand. He's so full of himself that he will continue to grandstand no matter what. Had it been Objective TV media only shared his videos under Reno's tweet, you would have seen how Reno would have used him to shine. He would block him and then come on with his smooth talking to rubbish his evidence. Incidentally, in this case, Objective Media is holding his neck like a lion grabs its prey and is in severe pain. The worst thing you do to Reno is to prove his weaknesses to the world. It makes him damn mad. After in short, Lord. This one, Vivian Umokoro said, when we told you that the disgrace will be your lot, Reno Omokri, you thought it was a mere joke. Keep explaining your foolishness, Mumu. Imagine a government explaining ordinary 30 kilometers of road because they didn't do. Do you know that's the part that burst my bubble? Let's even say it's these 30 kilometers that they are arguing about. Let's say it's not even 30 kilometers. Let's say it is 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers out of over 700 kilometers road is what you are now using to pride yourself that you've done something. This is like failure, as in failure is sitting down and accepting that they are failure. That thing beats my mind. I cannot even imagine that a human being will stand and be defending 30 kilometers out of a road that is supposed to be over 700 kilometers. Lord have mercy.